What if I told you the loudest place in college football smells like corndogs, registers on seismographs, and turns visiting quarterbacks into existential philosophers by halftime? Welcome to the SEC, where stadiums aren't just buildings, they're screaming, bourbon-breathing ecosystems with end zones. Today, we're ranking all 16 SEC stadiums, including the new kids Texas and Oklahoma, from nice try to call FEMA. You'll disagree, obviously. That's the SEC way. But only one of these places can shake the ground hard enough to confuse science. Let's start at the bottom and climb toward madness. Number 16. Vanderbilt FirstBank Stadium. Nashville's music scene is electric. FirstBank Stadium is more library quiet. It's cozy, it's turning 100, and on some Saturdays, it looks like a visiting team's alumni meetup. And you can hear the band, every note, individually. The stadium's a basic horseshoe, polite as a golf clap. Respect to the diehards who show up knowing the odds. That's not fandom, that's courage. Or stubbornness. Either way, salute. It only gets bigger from here, literally, because other schools invested in upper decks. Number 15, Kentucky, Kroger Field. The only stadium named after your grocery list. It's clean, renovated, and the blue seats pop, but it still feels like the pre-party for basketball season. You get the sense everyone's saving their voices for Rupp. The game day vibes are fine, just not feral. Think well-managed tailgate, home by 10. Still, credit for the upgrades and loyal fans. If you like comfort and civility with your football, this is your aisle. Time to trade coupons for cowbells. Number 14, Mississippi State, Davis-Wade Stadium. Cowbell country. Here, bring your own noise is both tradition and health hazard. When 60,000 bells fire at once, it's a metal storm. The building itself is classic and straightforward. The fans do the heavy lifting. Myth says the original Bulldog mascot is buried beneath the field. On quiet nights, you can hear a bark. Not that there are many quiet nights here. Your ears will forgive you eventually. Maybe. From clang to class, where tailgating looks like a wedding reception. Number 13, Ole Miss Vaught Hemingway Stadium. The Grove is a work of art. The outfits are immaculate. Inside, Vaught Hemingway is handsome and polite. That's the issue. It's gorgeous on a fall afternoon, but when the game swings, the volume can vanish faster than the ice in a julep. Still, style points matter, and no one loses prettier. If they bottled the pregame energy and dumped it on the 50-yard line, this place would jump 5 spots. Now to the SEC's exchange student. Scenic, steady, still proving it belongs in a league of maniacs. Number 12, Missouri, Faurot Field at Memorial Stadium. Clean sightlines, sensible design, and that rock M on the berm gives it personality. The vibe is respectable neighbor in a conference of unhinged cousins. When Mizzou rolls, it pops. When it doesn't, it's SEC light. Loyal fans, solid setting, and weather you can live with. Which is exactly why the rest of the SEC forgets how much they hate traveling here. Underestimate it and you'll leave grumpy. Bring earplugs and practice your hog call. Number 11, Arkansas, Donald W. Reynolds Razorback Stadium. Renovations tightened the look, especially in the north end zone. When the crowd hits Woo Pig Suey, it's part chant, part ritual. The stadium still shows its evolution, eras stitched together. But that's also its charm. It's authentic SEC. A little uneven, a lot loud, and weird in all the right ways. If barbecue smoke counted as crowd noise, this would be top 5. Arkansas fans chant Woo Pig Suey, and Oklahoma fans drive a wagon in circles. Either way, someone's yelling weird stuff in red. Number 10. Oklahoma, Gaylord Family Oklahoma Memorial Stadium. The Palace on the Prairie looks the part. Recent endzone work tied it together, and when it's packed, it rumbles. The Sooner Schooner rolls, the crowd swells, and everything screams big time. But the SEC is a different neighborhood. Here, that's Wednesday. It's a very good stadium, joining a league where very good is middle class. We'll see how the decibel meter behaves when Baton Rouge or Knoxville shows up with bad intentions. From Gaylords to a cockpit. Yes, really, a a cockpit with swinging cocktowels.
Number 9. South Carolina, Williams-Brice Stadium.
They call it the cockpit, and yes, everyone giggles the first time. At night, when sandstorm hits and 80,000 towels blur into a white cyclone, you stop laughing. The off-campus location doesn't dampen the vibe. It might even sharpen it. This crowd lives to ruin someone's season. It's not the flashiest building, but it weaponizes energy better than most. Underrated, unapologetic, and loud enough to rattle your fillings. Now, for a concrete cauldron where miracles are a recurring subplot. Number 8. Auburn, Jordan-Hare Stadium. This is where logic goes to die and wild endings get filmed. Kick 6. Prayer at Jordan-Hare. Choose your trauma. The exterior is plain. The interior is possessed. The fanbase is part revival, part group therapy. They love, they doubt, they scream, and they ride the roller coaster like it's a sacrament. Could use a facelift? Sure. Need it? Not when chaos is your brand. Hydrate. We're walking into a sauna built for yelling.
Number 7. Florida, Ben Hill Griffin Stadium, the Swamp. It's brutally hot, aggressively humid, and acoustically violent. The swamp traps sound like it traps tourists. Orange and blue punch through the heat haze, while opposing teams discover the air has density. Traditional brick outside, sharp angles inside. This place is misery and magic stitched together. You don't leave refreshed, you leave converted. Or dehydrated. Often both. From sweat to hedges, elegance with bite. Number 6. Georgia, Sanford Stadium. Sanford looks carved into the earth, framed by hedges that say, "We planned this." It's old money college football with a modern growl. Now that Georgia wins on schedule, the place hums like a generator. The barking? Somehow threatening. Between the hedges is more than a line. It's a feeling. If football had country clubs, this one banned you years ago, and you still brag about it. Brace for maroon-clad choreography and an edifice that looks like it could sprout legs and walk. Number 5. Texas A&M, Kyle Field. A fortress, a ritual, a synchronized shout. Midnight yell feels like a warm-up for an exorcism you're not sure you approved. The 12th man turns sound into a weapon. The building turns it into pressure. It's massive and freshly polished, with the sort of structural confidence that whispers, "We have engineers." If intimidation had an architectural style, this would be the blueprint. Down the road, a different kind of swagger. Sleek, burnt orange, and bigger than your problems. Number 4. Texas, Darrell K. Royal Texas Memorial Stadium. Texas didn't join the SEC quietly. The stadium shows why. The new south end zone makes it feel complete. Huge, glossy, cinematic at sunset. The vibe is loud, proud, and a little curated, like someone airbrushed the night sky. On aesthetics alone, this is top 3. What keeps it here is time. SEC chaos is earned over decades. Give it a few monster nights, and this ranking will age like a brisket. Speaking of earned, here's a cathedral where winning used to feel inevitable. Number 3, Alabama, Bryant-Denny Stadium. Over 100,000 arrive expecting competence. The curved upper decks sweep like a crimson tidal wave. It's polished, imposing, and built for routes. The weird part? Sustained dominance turns some Saturdays into business meetings. When the game's tight, though, this place detonates. Bryant-Denny is less quirky soul and more aircraft carrier. Precision over personality, execution over theater. Soul, theater, and pure volume? Knoxville and Baton Rouge have thoughts. Number 2, Tennessee, Neyland Stadium. A creamsicle-colored colossus hugging the river, Neyland fits more humans than common sense recommends. Checkerboard end zones echo off the water. A sea of orange that makes pilots squint. This is spectacle. Vol fans are loyal to a fault. They'll show up loud whether the team's rolling or rebuilding for the 4th consecutive last time. When it's rocking, it feels like old mythology reprinted in 4K. And now the summit, a night game that feels like the atmosphere grew teeth. Number 1, LSU, Tiger Stadium. Death Valley doesn't host games. It stages natural phenomena. At night, 100,000 Cajuns form a single organism fueled by spice, noise, and destiny.
It is the place where the opponent's dreams come to die. Unless you're Alabama. Bama is 30-10 versus LSU in Tiger Stadium. Anyways, touchdowns register as geological events. The place isn't pretty in a magazine shoot way. It's perfect in a blood pressure way. It smells like corn dogs and victory, looks like it survived a hurricane, which it probably did, and sounds like jet engine yelling things that I don't want to repeat to YouTube. The noise can hit fast, instant and overwhelming. You don't just hear it. You feel it shaking your chest, your ribs, even the air around you. I'm not exaggerating. Teams walk in confident and leave reconsidering life choices. From singing neck to mocking the gator chomp, there's nothing like it on earth. Tiger Stadium is chaos refined into home field advantage. Literal stadium pulse. There is a reason LSU hosts the most night games out of everyone in college football. 16 stadiums, 16 flavors of obsession. From Vandy's peaceful Saturdays to Nick Saban's Death Star to LSU's apocalyptic night shifts. You don't have to like the order. In the SEC, arguing is the sport between games, because it just means more. Tell me where I messed up. Which venue actually traumatized your hearing? And which fan base smells the most like tailgate smoke? LSU fans, that's not an insult, it's seasoning. Hit subscribe if you survived and brace yourself. Next time we're ranking the Big Ten. Great football, terrible weather, industrial strength nacho cheese. And always, pray for Vandy fans.